In the cut. In the cut.
What's up? We are live. What's going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. It is October 19th, making our way here to the middle of the week. Hope everybody's doing well. How's everybody doing? I see y'all Facebook tapping in, Twitch, say hello. YouTube, I see you guys. Make sure you say hello. How's everybody doing? All right, so man, it's been a hell of a week. The weather then turned on us. It's getting a little chilly, and we got an exciting episode on my hands. One of the guests that we're gonna have is honestly one of my favorite people in the world, and I'm sure after this episode will be one of your favorite people in the world. And this episode, is gonna be special, man, because I've known this individual for a long time. But before I get into his story and share a little bit about himself, a couple things, a couple of major announcements, right? One, here at Live in the Cut Barbershop, next month for Thanksgiving, the month of Thanksgiving, November, right? Our way of giving back here at Live in the Cut, we will be giving free haircuts from the 8th to the 10th, November 8th to the 10th, free haircuts. If you guys are in the area, New York, Queens, make your way to the barbershop. We'll be giving free haircuts. And all you really need is an appointment. And you could do that by hitting the link right there below in the cut.live. For me, I think God didn't give me too many gifts. Besides, obviously He gave me this life, and He also gave me the gift of cutting hair. And I've been blessed, to be able to bless a lot of people with haircuts. And if I could do anything, at the very least, if I could give somebody a haircut, that's what we want to do here at Live in the Cut. So make your way and get your free haircut November 8th to the 10th. Super excited, but let's get to it. So for the people that if you guys are tuning in, and you may or may not know our esteemed guest, happens to be a very good friend of mine. Funny enough, I've known this guy, right? I've known this guy since I was about 19 years old. So this is almost like, I would like to say over 10 years, right? right? And let me give you a quick story. We met through basketball, right? Shout out to anyone playing ball, watching the start of the NBA season right now. But you know, I met him playing basketball in the league in a local league, and right away, I was always just hungry to learn information. I was hungry to learn how to play. One, I was like, I love playing basketball, but I also sucked at it. So it's like, as much as I loved and wanted to be on the court, I needed to get my skills better. So I had to learn from somebody, and this dude was one of the best out there that I saw. Not only as a trainer, but as someone who was also a point guard and can score, right? Most Filipino, shout out to all my Filipino point guards, but we like to pass. This guy can score. And that something I was like clicked. I was like, man, I need to learn from this guy. And he happened to be doing clinics as well, inner city tournaments and things like that, private trainings, and literally, I think I forgot what the name of the team was. It might have been like Golden Hearts, something like that. But I ended up taking some of his training sessions, and long story short, man, early mornings, late nights, doing throwing up a couple hundred shots. And he definitely taught me a lot of fundamentals playing basketball. But later on, this guy not only is a coach as basketball, he's moved on. He's a tremendous business person as well. Owns his own CBD store here in New York City. Shout out to A-List CBD. He also has his own mountain. I tell this to everybody. This is the guy that owns the mountain, right? And that mountain happens to be in the lower Catskills. It's called Azia. Where you could do a bunch of different outdoor activities, from camping to ATVing, the whole nine. And he'll tell you, much more about what they have going on at Azia. And I can't forget they have a super dope restaurant there with an amazing chef. He happens to be a family man, a father, and now he's also a motivational speaker. And just to touch on that motivational speaking part, this was something that I was already motivated when I met him, because one, this guy had, like, if you guys ever seen Iron Man, he got the electronic, the heart. This dude had that right on his chest. And I'm like, bro, what is that? Like, literally popping out of his chest. And this dude's playing ball, killing it on the court. I'm like, how is this guy doing this? And, long story short, I learned he was also a cancer survivor. So, this guy's done some amazing things. Motivational speaker is more of a motivational action taker, if I could say. And he's been a tremendous influence, not only in my life, but a bunch of people in the community and everyone who he's around. So I just want to give him his flowers in advance and say, bro, keep doing what you're doing. We've only scratched the surface, and I just want to bring him on to the show. Shout out to my man, Coach A. Welcome to the stream.
Oh man, yo, thank you so much for that introduction, man. And let me tell you, no one's ever introduced me that way before, and my heart is so full listening to that introduction, man. And you're absolutely right, bro. We go way, way, way back,
Crazy.
way back.
The
Yeah,
funny part is you look
yeah.
exactly the same.
Oh, you know, just a little
um,
bit more gray hair. Yeah, yeah.
we'll take care of that, bro. That's my job. I'll take care
Yes,
of that.
yes.
But we have some friends on here. Shout out to if you guys are on here, you're
Oh
tuning in live.
man.
Feel
Hey,
free to
Gail.
comment, and say hello or chime in. Paul is on here as
Oh
well.
man, that's my stepdad right there, Paul. I love you.
Hey, my cousin Rachel, nice hair. Yeah, shout out to anyone that watches. If you know where this hair is from, type it in the chat.
Oh,
I'll tell you guys right
that's a good
now.
question. That's a
If you
great
know
question, man.
if you know this style right here, the
If my
colorway.
brother's watching, he's gonna know this right away. Paul.
But yeah, so and actually I gotta, before we get into this, I gotta shout out to my cousin who did my hair. Shout out to Gian Hair by G. She does hair here at the shop as well. She dyes hair, she braids hair, she cuts, she does it all. A talented individual as well. So if you need your hair braided, colored, braided, cut, things like that, make your way. We'll take care of you. But Hey man, how are you doing first and foremost?
Oh man, I'm doing amazing, amazing. My heart is very full. My number one reason right now is because of my grandkid. I became a grandfather, and it's just been the best feeling in the world.
I see it, man. I see you having a lot of fun, man. And you've also been busy. You've been doing a
Yes.
lot, since obviously, for the long time that I've known you. But for the people that kind of don't know exactly your story, man,
Hmm.
kind of bring them up to speed. How over these years you've kind of transitioned to these different things and
Hmm.
to where you are today, man.
Yeah, so definitely I've come a long way. Um, my life changed in September 11, 2008, when I was diagnosed with colorectal cancer. And I was given less than 2 years to live. And there was no way for me to accept that. And um, what truly changed was my outlook. I couldn't have done these changes without the help of my oldest brother, Clint Sarion. He gave me an audiobook. It's called Success Principles by Jack Canfield. And that book made me believe in myself. Uh, and it made me believe that all my dreams are possible, and that I would be able to live exactly the dream life that I dream of. So it's like living reality. Hi, mom. Yeah. Um, well, when it comes to all the things that I'm doing, right? Um, I could have never done any of these things like without my team, especially my partner Henry. Definitely without my wife, um, I wouldn't be able to do much because she she's my life. She takes care of me from the moment I wake up until I sleep. So I owe everything to everyone around me, actually. And it's actually the main thing that I changed was as soon as I learned that it's not about me, that it's about the people around me, like the most important people around me, like my wife, my kids, my family. And once once they're in your heart, um, all you need to do is really plan for success. Um, and I truly believe that for some people it's not so easy. And let me tell you that in the beginning, in all beginnings, it's never easy. And actually, there's a word that I want to be preaching to everybody, which is the word practice, right? Because um, in anything in life, when we start something, we're definitely going to be the worst at it, right? But with practice, we can become better. And when you're practicing, we are visualizing our best selves. And so you truly become what you believe in. So, um, Jack Canfield's main message is to believe it, to receive it. And so, like my main attribute, I guess, in life is I am a dreamer. And I'm so happy that I'm not the only one, you know? Yeah.
I love that. I love that. Jack Canfield, man, powerful,
Yes.
powerful, powerful. And you know, just to rewind, you said your brother brought you that book. Is the Ninja Warrior, brother?
The Smiling Ninja, man.
The
Yes.
Smiling Ninja.
Yes. Yes.
For those who
And
don't know, A's whole family is just, they're just killing it. His brother is literally was on Ninja Warrior. They just call him the Smiling Ninja. I love that. And so he obviously, you've been through a lot, going through, surviving cancer. What once you had people in your corner. Someone's saying like, hey, you got that time span, like, hey, I got two years left or something like that. I could only imagine what goes on in one person's mind at that time, because we never really thinking our expiration date. But
right.
it makes so much sense the way, how you carry yourself, the way that you are, and I wish a lot of us don't have to have that near death experience, or that close to that type of experience to kind of carry the way that you ourselves, the way you do, right? But so you were all, just to backtrack a little bit, I met you coaching, right?
Yeah.
Playing basketball, right? So
Yes.
were you always coaching basketball? Was that something, how did you get involved with that, with the kids?
So, uh, I love basketball was my first love. I would say no to dates just to be able to play basketball. And so it turned out like when I was young, I would have my dates in the basketball court. They would have to watch me and then we go out. You know what I mean? Um, but I really, really, really love basketball and I studied it in almost every detail. I watched Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, and then eventually Kobe Bryant, right? And I wanted to be able to not really teach basketball, but to ignite the fire in people who are interested in playing basketball. I wanted to share my passion with them, and I was training, and I love training kids who are just starting to get into basketball because they listen well, and they're not too opinionated yet, and it's easier to train them. Um, and like when it comes to teaching, um, I always wanted to be a teacher. Actually, like I wanted to be a gym teacher because I thought, right. So when I was younger, I wanted to have an easy job, right? So that I could get by in life. So I wanted to be a gym teacher. I'm not saying that a gym teacher is not a good job and that it's not fulfilling. But, like as a kid, as I was dreaming what I thought I would want my life to be, my dreams were definitely restricted restricted. Like if you told me when I was in high school that this is what my life would be, I'd be like, no way, no, no, I don't believe you. But after surviving cancer, you could tell me anything. You could tell me, yo, we're going to the moon next year, and I would believe you because um, I love dreamers. I think dreamers are the future, right? Because like the future isn't here, but we could all plan for that better future. You know, yeah. So,
Yeah, I seen it's funny when we got real tight. I remember when you said after, this was after the basketball, we've been training for a while already, but then one day you were like, yo, I got this opportunity to go to play, be a coach in the
hmm
Philippines. You remember that?
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
bro,
I
I'm
remember
like,
that.
I'm 19 or something like that at this point. And I remember you're like, bro, we're gonna move to the Philippines,
I
and
remember that.
we're gonna move to the Philippines. And I'm gonna coach this college team. Possibly you get to play. You're gonna be, we have the whole thing. I'll help you train and things like that. And Jeff, Jeff was there too. Jeff,
Yo,
bro, you had
Jeff.
us. We were on board. I was telling my mom, I'm like, mom, listen, college is cool, but I'm going to the Philippines, man.
Yes, yes.
I was ready to roll.
Yo,
I was ready to go.
me too,
Um,
man. Me
and it's
too.
it's funny because you mentioned the pickleball thing, and that's what it brought me back to that. And I'm like, man, pickleball, man, what's this? What's going on with pickleball, man? What's up with pickleball right now?
So pickleball was invented in 1965, but it started getting popular these past years, and it is now the fastest growing sport in the world. Um, and so, if pickleball gets accepted in 5 more countries, it's gonna be in the Olympics. And right now, there are pickleball professionals that are earning $250,000, $1 million, and actually LeBron James, Tom Brady, they already bought pickleball teams, and I know this. We should definitely um, create the very first Philippine Pickleball Association tour. For
We
like
hosting
a
we
tournament.
hosting we hosting tryouts at Azia.
Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, next season, next summer, I'm definitely gonna have pickleball tournaments, guaranteed, guaranteed, man. Yes.
So you get involved. You love the teaching aspect. You're a basketball player yourself. You're heavily involved in the basketball leagues. And then you know this is when I stopped playing basketball. I was pursuing barbering at the time. But the next time I saw you, you were I believe it was like the CBD store.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
What was the play on that? How did that come about?
So the CBD store came about because um, I am a cancer survivor, and I used cannabis to be able to battle cancer. And so the moment they legalized CBD, I knew that it was going to be beneficial for everybody. And again, I we concentrated on educating people so that they can make their the best choice for them, if CBD is for them or not. Actually, A-List CBD is no longer mine, right? It belongs to my partner now. We have evolved to A-List Unlimited. A-List CBD is still amazing, right? Because we're still doing the same concept, which is your chances of buying the wrong CBD product out there is about 90%, because the cannabis market is very saturated, and everybody just wanted to get into the business without really, because FDA is not with the Cannabis Association. So we did the homework for you. If it makes it into our store, that means it's amazing. And all of our products are returnable, exchangeable, refundable, however you want it, because that's how confident we are that that's
Mm.
never going to happen. And so now we evolved to A-List Unlimited because now we have Asia. So we needed headquarters in New York, in Ridgewood. So now we're going to have in A-List Unlimited, we have Asia headquarters. You can book and make a reservations there for ATV and camping and everything amazing outdoors. And also, we still sell CBD there, and also a couple of other healthy products. So everything that's good for you, basically, is what we're trying to offer to our customers at A-List Unlimited.
I love that. I love that. I love that. And just because I definitely want to talk about Asia, the whole
Mhm.
empire, and what you got going on there. But
Yes.
backtracking to the starting up the CBD and how you used it, on your journey for recovering cancer.
Yeah.
Talk about that. Like, how did you get to that? So not solution, but how did you get
Yeah.
to that answer? Because it's not the first answer that people go to.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So how did you end up saying like, hey, you know what? I'm gonna try this out on top of everything else.
So this is going to be a little bit of a sad story, but it has a great, great ending. Um, so, you're given less than 2 years to live, and I definitely couldn't accept that. So I went to Google search, and I wanted to how to beat cancer, and a lot of things popped up. There were blood transfusions, like crazy stuff, and all of them cost so much money. So I typed exactly these words: cheapest way to beat cancer, because I had no money, bro. I they took my house away, they took my cars away. I was like 100,000 in debt, bro. I had to move back to my mom's basement. I had to live there with my wife and my kid. I had no living room down there, man. My neighbors down there was a washing machine and a dryer. Um, and I'm so thankful for my mom. And until now, she still helps all of us. Um, like I said, man, like me being alive right now is because of all the people that was around me during the time when I needed them most. And, I lost some people along the way, you know, but I am so happy, like more than happy with the people that stayed with me. So now, when it comes to the search from Google, cheapest way to beat cancer, Rick Simpson popped up, and then I clicked on this guy, and it said Rick Simpson oil. It's a concentrated form of THC. So he actually cooks the cannabis, extracts all the THC out of it, including all this full spectrum, including the terpenes and all the other cannabinoids, not just THC, extracted from the whole plant, and it becomes this black oil. And he said to put it in a syringe so you could dose it, right? Of course, I was a rookie making this thing for the first time. I'm using a rice cooker, non-stick rice cooker, and I'm cooking this thing, and I have no syringe, bro. So how do I dose it? I just, I just ate it, right? So Rick Simpson said that he had skin cancer, and when he used Rick Simpson oil on his skin cancer, it disappeared in less than 60 days. And his doctor wanted to operate on his skin. And so when it worked on him, like he also knew a lot of other cancer patients. So he started giving this medicine away for free in the beginning. And so he started like almost like a 90% rate of cancer disappearing totally. And the ones that he couldn't really save were the blood cancer related stuff. But everything that had to do with, like physical, not in the blood, like they were cured. And so I had no choice, man. I had to find the cheapest alternative way to cure cancer. So I had Jack Canfield that told me to believe, right? To believe everything and I will receive it, right? And then I have my religion, which is God said, do your best and I will do the rest, right? And then I had Rick Simpson oil, which was my miracle, right? And so I believed in it. And I started planning my life, what I'm gonna do after I'm 35, because they told me I wasn't gonna live past 35. So what I did was I had a notebook, and I was planning everything that I was gonna do. And one of the things that I wrote was I'm gonna eat, I'm gonna drink buko shake in the Philippines, in Boracay, and all that stuff. And you know what? It happened, and I was so happy. And
Yeah.
bro, and I'm cancer free. You know?
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's go.
Yes. So the cheapest
Wow.
alternative way to beat cancer. That was my Google search, and I found Rick Simpson.
Wow. Shout out to Google.
Yes, yeah,
What's
definitely.
is Rick Simpson doing this? Just curious. Is he still like have
He's not allowed in the United States. He is a criminal in the United States. Um,
wow.
yeah, can't.
because of the research.
Yeah, he's operating abroad. I'm not
Wow.
sure where it, like maybe Mexico or Brazil or somewhere. I'm not entirely sure, but for sure he's not in the United States because he used to live in Phoenix, right? And then they wanted to charge him with all this stuff, so he left the country.
Hmm.
Hmm.
We got to see what he's up to. Maybe find him, right? But
Tells you a lot, you know.
right, right. No, that says a lot in itself, man. And
Mhm.
because you never really care to think about these different options unless somebody close to you, or obviously even yourself,
Yeah,
and it's that you definitely put those three: religion, Jack Canfield, and the Rick Simpson oil, man. And you were able to put that together. That's
yeah,
actually pretty amazing, man.
yes,
So fast forward, you obviously you surpassed 35. You look amazing. You look great. You move great.
yeah.
You like you said, you have a new grandchild. So after A-List CBD, now even before you Azia popped up, I remember you were telling me, you were showing me like blueprints. You were telling me, we're gonna have this
Yeah,
campground and things like that.
yeah,
And me, man, I'm just like, man, listen, let me know when it's up and running. And I'm there. I'm supporting.
yes,
And we
yes,
were able to go there this year for my birthday. So the hospitality, amazing. Some of the best ATV tours you would
yeah,
probably ever take from anywhere. And I'm talking about in different countries. Uh,
yeah.
you know, uh, if you go there, and you could quote me on this, if you go there to Asia, it's an hour and a half out. You could go there on a day trip, go there on a quick weekend, whatever you want to do. If you go there, and you want to do ATVing, and A is the one who's leading the trip, you are in for a ride. You are in for a ride.
Only if you
So
want that stuff, man. You know.
yeah. So,
Yeah.
you know, how does Asia come about? How do you even like, hey man, this is something that I'm gonna create here. But you're like, it's like I feel like I'm in an adult Disneyland when I'm there, bro.
So, Asia is me and my partner's idea. Actually, before Asia, I have a group of friends, and we call ourselves Brad Squad. So
Braz, I know about y'all, yeah.
you already know it's Filipino because we call each other Brad, Brad, Brad. So we want to be a Filipino squad, so Brad Squad. And Brad Squad, we always have Brad Squad camping, and we've been camping for like maybe 2 decades now. And so now that we're grown ups, and I already have A-List CBD, and we wanted to buy maybe like 100, 200 acre land, and we were gonna like do a little our camping there, and do our own private thing. Like we was just gonna be for us. But then a miracle happened, and I partnered up with Henry Chang.
Shout out to Henry.
Uh-huh, that's right. And we were able to build A-List Unlimited together. And then from building A-List Unlimited, um, one of his best friends, Chuck, he came in and wanted to support A-List Unlimited, and he wanted to buy some CBD. And then we were just asking, hey, where did you come from? And then he started showing us like, oh, this is where I came from upstate, and this guy has all this land, and then we were like, hey, I want to take a look at some land upstate just to see. And I remember it was like around January, like around almost my birthday around that time, and it was, man, blizzard, bro. Like, so we went there even in the winter when it was covered in snow. I saw the beauty, and I felt the wonderful energy of that place. And on the way back home, I was just dreaming. I didn't even know that we were gonna pursue getting this. But I remember, um, Henry really wanted it, and I wasn't sure if we could afford the place. And so from January all the way to April, we were trying to come up with you know the right I'm not maybe price, but right agreement. I should say. And what ended up happening was Chuck. It was supposed to be three of us. Chuck gave up, and he said, you guys can still pursue whatever. And then I thought Henry was gonna give up as well. But so after we had that three-way call, I put my phone down, and then I remember Henry called me back, and he was like, "Yo, what what do you want to do?" And I said, "Hey, I'm with you. Like, what do you want to do?" And Henry fell in love with it. He told me I love the place, and so I told him I love the place too. And so we were trying to come up with a name, that's good, that's gonna stick. And we were thinking like, man, all this Asian hate is bad, and we want to be we want to be the we want to start the movement of peace. We us Asians, we want to be the one to, you know what, I don't want to fight anymore. Like, let's hug it out, and let's all live in harmony. And so Asia is spelled with an S, so we changed the S to a Z, because now we're welcoming all races from A to Z, and we're turning Asia into Asia. And so,
Yeah.
yeah, and so that's how we came up with the name, and we loved it. And then so when I got my dog, I named her Asia also. Yeah,
That's dope.
yeah,
That's what's up, man. And
yeah.
it is beautiful, man. If you guys ever go there, it's honestly breathtaking to say the least. I remember you mentioned you haven't even seen the all of the square feet,
Yes,
acres that
no,
you've owned yet.
not
It's
yet,
huge.
man. Yeah,
Um, so and so you had partners in there. But I know you guys mentioned that there's like a play behind it where you have like investors and things like that.
yes,
Yeah. So
yes,
before I get
yes,
into that, I know I definitely want to get into that because I thought that was a great move.
yeah,
Honestly, I thought it was a
absolutely.
genius move, and I remember that was actually how you had brought it up
Yes,
to me, and that's I was
yeah,
like, man, this is genius. So, but before we get into that, man, if you guys are loving this conversation, make sure you drop a like. I told you from the very beginning, if you didn't know who Emil was, you were gonna love him by the end of this conversation. So make sure you share this. If you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe to the YouTube.
absolutely,
If you haven't said hello yet, this is your time to pay your chat tax. Make sure you say hello. And it's hard not to be inspired. A lot of people, I was listening to something earlier today, man, about motivation. And they said, motivation is like it's like pornography, right? I saw this on Instagram, right? It's a weird analogy, but it was so true. Pornography, it's people think it's the feeling of watching pornography is like having sex,
mm,
but it's not, right? It's you're not having sex. Like the feeling of watching pornography and going through that emotion is not the equivalent to having sex.
mm,
And the same thing with motivation. Motivation is great, but it's not the same thing as execution. So,
absolutely.
motivation, a lot of people are motivational speakers with no action behind it. A lot of people are, motivation is kind of like again, the same way as pornography, where it's like people are, they're kind of fiending for this feeling of sex, and they go watch porn real quick, and then boom, they go back to the regular life and think it's all fine and dandy. And same thing with motivation. It's comparison to like a drug. You get motivated, and then it's only for a few days, maybe a few hours, maybe a few weeks, but you need more. You need to watch more motivational speaking. You need to watch more. And I realized, the execution is the key. And with every story you've mentioned, whether it was surviving cancer, whether it was starting up A-List, whether it was, there's always some sort of execution behind it. And that was
Yes.
really for me, that was probably one of the biggest things when I saw, I was like, man, this guy, and it goes even back to basketball when I first met you. So, but yeah, so everybody that's tapping in on here, I see you guys, YouTube, Facebook. Hello. I seen, Jeff goes, Amiel lockdown, Stefan Marbury. That's hilarious.
And no, man,
Uh,
I didn't. She
uh,
locked me down, but
um, I see a lot of people, they figured out the hair. The hair is,
yes,
if you guys know, my hero. Shout
yes,
out to the Todoroki
yes.
squad. Um, and yeah, man, I actually didn't know. This is my first time down my hair. Did not know where this was gonna go, but I'm truly, truly pleased with it. So now, you have, when you brought up Azia to me, it was through, the investing aspect of it, of like,
Yeah.
having partners and things like that. So talk about that. Is that something that you guys are still working on? How does that work?
Well, I love sharing, um, and so I wanted to give people a chance to be able to, you know, uh, have passive income. And we have the most magical place, which is Asia. And so far, everything that we've done in Asia was a success. And I just really want to share that with people. And if they're willing to share the same dream with us, then let's dream together, man. Yeah.
That's cool. So as an investor into Asia, right? If I wanted to get involved, someone wants to get involved, how would
Mhm.
that work? How does that look? What is the play behind it?
Well, everyone has different, how do you say, different investment options. Some people have invested their time with me, um, uh, and some people have, invested assets like, finance. So it really depends on the investor, what they want out of Asia, and some people they love to do a collab, and we're more than willing to do that. And some people are willing to give finance, which is money as investment. So all of those we welcome, pretty much. You know,
Bro, could we collab? Well,
bro.
let's make this happen. You know me.
Absolutely, absolutely, man.
How
I
would we
always
make this happen?
um planning and dreaming some more, man.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, yeah.
I love that. And man, if you guys see the space, like, this is, you just got to go there and see it. It sounds as magical as Ace makes it seem. It really does.
Yeah.
But that's cool, man. And I love that you talk about passive income, right? Because a lot of people aren't thinking that way.
Yeah.
Early on, I was involved with network marketing, and passive income that's how passive income was introduced to me. So not many people are introduced to that. How was passive income introduced to you? Like, what was passive income for you, and the importance of it?
Um, Passive income really is about investing smart. Sometimes you can invest in people, and sometimes you need to plan maybe a business, or just plan a structure for your investment to be able to return, without, doing any work, pretty much. Um, my brother, Clement Sarion, is a financial genius. He creates a lot of those opportunities for people as well. Um, so, like for me, um, passive income is something that you do later on in life after you've paid your dues. Um, I believe that education is important, right? And then after you you learn the knowledge, after you find what you really want to do, right? You you continue to do that. And the reason why I love the word practice right now is because, like you said, right? Motivation, right? Motivation. What is that? Like, yeah, okay, you're very motivated right now. Um, what are you practicing, right? What are we practicing every day? Um, because for me, right? Um, let's say ordinarily every day you wake up, how are you going to prepare for your day, right? How did you prepare last night for you to wake up for the day? So for me, it's like backtracking to where you are at this point, right? And that's what you should plan for the rest of your days. So it's
Mm,
like if you're not planning and practicing what motivates you, you're not really doing anything.
mm. I love that.
Mhm.
And going back to the practice part, man. It's repetitions, man. It's the reps, man. Like, you know, having a because it's funny you mentioned that. I'm big on right now. Tim Ferriss, if you ever heard him, bro. Tim Ferriss, the 4 hour work week. That's his he's the one who created that book. So if you're into that, look up Tim Ferriss. But
Tim
uh
Ferriss.
yeah, Tim Ferriss, man, beast. He has real dope information on YouTube, super quick information that you could digest. If you like Jack Canfield, Tim Ferriss as well.
Oh, I
Uh,
want to check him out for sure, man.
yeah, I'll send you some things. So you go, Azia, man, Azia has blown up over
Hmm.
the past, over the past year and change, right? What do you think is some of the what do you think is what's working with what you guys are doing at Asia, and some things that you are going to implement that are, because again, there's some wins and some losses that we take, whether it's marketing, advertising, or
Yeah.
partnerships, things like that.
Mm.
So for you guys, what are some things that's working, and what are some things that you saw that wasn't working that you were going to switch up with the growth of how well you guys have been doing?
Yeah. So definitely, I underestimated the amount of people that was going to show up. Um, yeah. Um, so since we were just operating privately, we weren't prepared um, to accommodate that many people. So I think the number one issue in Asia is the bathrooms and the showers. And so right now, that is our main focus, is to be able to provide like the best bathroom and shower experience. Because for me, if I was going to go to an establishment, that would be like my number one concern. Would be how I would be able to use the bathroom and facilities and stuff. And
For sure.
since 419 is not even supposed to be where we are going to camp. So I definitely have to apologize in advance, and to the people who possibly have experienced, bathroom issues in Asia. I promise next year we're only going to have bathrooms and showers. No, I'm just kidding. We're, we're going to make sure that that issue is taken care of, and we're going to have much more activities for everyone, including pickleball tournaments. Yeah.
Nice, man. And so what's working? What are some things that's been working? I mean, again,
Oh,
you mentioned that you've
oh
been able to get a
man,
bunch of people there. Like,
I am.
how's that happening?
I'm so happy you asked about what's working. So what is working is our staff. Our staff um, is the best. Like me personally, um, my wife takes care of me, right? And I love her so much. But
Shout out to Anna.
when I am in Asia, I'm telling you, man, when my team takes care of me, Oh man, they take care of me so good that sorry, love. They take care of me better. Um, but dude, what's working is really my team. They do everything for the customers, and also our chef, right? So before our chef arrived, right, Chris and Connie, before they arrived, um, we were always wondering, what are we gonna eat? What are we gonna eat? So morning, man, everybody's hangry. You know what I mean? Like everybody's cranky and stuff. But ever since Chris Sisignan Bayan arrived,
Chris's beast.
the food, man, you already know. My God,
Yep.
the
Chris's
truffle
beast.
fries, the
Truffle fries is
sisig.
it.
Oh man, I'm missing that right now. So I'm not having that here when I'm in my house. So I miss Asia already, man.
That's cool, man. And so, having a team is definitely one of the, is obviously one of the most important things and one of the harder things to cultivate. How did you pull that team together?
So my team, everyone in my team, I've known for over 20 years. Um,
Mm,
so I am their life coach. I share everything with them. Everyone in my team is a property owner at Asia. They are all shareholders. They're not my workers. They are my family. Like we sacrifice together. Uh, right now, I could say honestly that um, the efforts that we've been putting in Asia, man, it's so enjoyable to put energy in there because every time we see the customers leave and they always say thank you and wow, we just had the best time. For me right now, that's my drug, right? That's our drug. So we always review by the end of the week what went well and what didn't, and it's always the bathroom and the shower that's like, come on. So don't worry, because we're gonna have so much RVs that if our bathrooms aren't working, man, go shower in one of the RVs and see all of that. So I'm pretty sure I'm gonna speed up the renovation of the hotel, and you already know if when I have that sports complex there. Oh, the sports complex! It's gonna be amazing. You know.
I love that, man. Yo, this is literally like an adult playground.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's how I explain it to everybody, literally. And so, you know, right now, if we were to go to Asia, kind of break down, what you guys offer and how can people, kind of book with you guys.
Well, you could add me in Facebook, and you could go on Asia New York, and you could just PM us, and we can have a private um, event. Little private gathering at Asia. Right now, we are not working, not even 50% capacity. Um, So we always limit our campers only up to probably 150 people. We're trying not to go over that because we don't want to lessen the experience of overcrowding the place. Because it's not about the money right now. It's about the development and the experience of people. You know. Yeah.
Mhm. Right. So, if we were to go there this weekend, I know we know you have the ATVing. I saw the axe throwing that you guys had there.
Yes.
I'm bringing my snowboard up there.
Yo, dude. So imagine this winter, right? If you bring your snowboard, we are gonna go up with the general. So that's a four-seater, right? Four-seater. And then once we're on the top of the mountain, let's snowboard the fresh snow, man. So, but
Yeah,
when it snows, bro, come to Asia, man. Let's have some snowboarding. You know what I mean?
we'll make it happen, man. We'll make it
Yeah,
happen.
man. Yep. Because part of Asia was um, a ski resort called Big Vanilla. So
Big
imagine.
vanilla,
Yeah, so imagine right now, instead of snowboarding up and down, we're riding the ATVs up and down that mountain.
way better,
Yeah,
way better,
yeah,
way
yeah,
better.
yes.
That's awesome, man. So, we definitely gonna check out Asia for the winter time. Are you guys doing anything for Halloween? I saw something there for Halloween.
Yes,
I don't know. What's the
yes,
game plan there?
we're doing a Halloween haunted hike. Um,
Ooh,
actually, Christian Soriano's motorcycle group and the Harabas Overland are going to rush to Asia this Halloween, and we're gonna have a costume party. So if you guys haven't planned anything for Halloween yet, come to Asia, New York. We're gonna have buffet, food buffet, and man, when I tell you, I'm so excited for that buffet because normally when you go to buffets, like you're looking at the stuff and you're like, oh, yeah, I guess I'll have this. Like I said, bro, I'm not a big eater, but when I'm in Asia, man, I eat so much, bro. Like this is the healthiest I've ever been. Ever since Asia started, like I started becoming younger. So I'm 47 right now, but I feel like I'm 35, man.
you look it, man, and you look it.
Yeah,
So one of the last things I want to touch on, man, is the
yeah.
the motivational speaking path, and why you decided to kind of take it on. Obviously, this is something that's just the lifestyle that you do. It's how you carry yourself. It's what you bring around. It's just your ethos, the way you communicate with people. Having your friends for over 20 years and telling them
Right.
your what's on your mind. But now you want to you're getting into the life coaching, motivational speaking. What's the play on that?
So Jack Canfield wrote the Success Principles, um, and my brother read it. I mean, read it and listened to it, and because of that, my brother passed it on to me. So I'm not sure if I would be alive today if not for the things that I've learned through Jack. And if my brother didn't give me that audiobook, I would never really want to learn that because I always look up to my brother. Mm. My brother Clint, he's not just a big brother to me. He's also my best friend, and I idolized him growing up. He used to be better than me in basketball, until he started picking up guitar, and he became so good at guitar, and I was his idol for that guitar. But if my brother didn't go through a brain tumor, right? He's a brain tumor survivor. He had a surgery, right, at the back of his ear, and he can't hear from one of his ears, right? And the doctors told him that he was never gonna walk the same. His face was gonna be disfigured and all that stuff. Man, right now this guy is the smiling ninja and the American Ninja Warrior. He he's like Bruce Lee, man. Like,
Bro,
forget it.
can we get him? Can we get him on here, the
Of
show eventually?
course, of course, man.
Connect me to him. We gotta link him.
Absolutely. Yo, man, absolutely. Absolutely. Done. Done. Because actually, um, my brother is my life coach. Because I believe that all of us need a life coach. You know, having a life coach doesn't mean that, you're, that you're whack. You know what I mean? Like a lot of people think that, oh, I don't need a life coach, because a life coach is just somebody you talk to, right? And I love to listen, right? And when given permission, I like, to say a solution. I'm never a person that would listen and then tell you more problems, right?
Hmm.
Because if you're either a problem solver or a problem maker, because if you're a problem solver, right, then there is no problem because you solve problems all the time. You're actually happy that there's a problem to solve because that's your job. You're a problem solver. But if you're a problem maker, that's a huge problem because you could have no problem and you just made one up, made another one up, made another one up. You know what I mean? So which one do you want to be? So that So for me, like being a life coach and motivational speaker, I made it to be not about me. Um, I make sure that after my talks that I didn't just give out information about myself, that I was able to um, motivate someone enough to do something about, you know, how to change certain things about, the what they do every day so that they can dream to be better, first of all, and have that vision of, you know, um, your best self, right? Because you always, whatever you see, right, that's what's gonna show up in your life, So, and in the beginning, like I actually see more things with my eyes closed than with my eyes
Mm,
open. You know, insight versus sight, right? Yeah.
dope. Shout out to the Philippines checking in.
Yes.
Philippines is checking in, right?
Hey. Yes.
And so this episode was jam packed. I literally have so many things I can't wait to replay on this. And if you're watching the replay, again, make sure you drop a like, share this, content with your friends and family. And as we close this out, hey, the people have heard your story. You captivated them, you swept them away, and
Yeah.
we all want to run to Asia right now,
Yo.
and eat some food over there as well. But yeah, man, let the people know where they can connect with you,
Yeah.
and let them know, what anything you guys got working on, and what could we expect. But before that, man, thank you for being here, bro. You could be anywhere in the world doing anything. You could be with your grandkids, and you happen to be here sharing with us. Angela was watching.
Amy Lou,
Uh,
that's my mom. Yeah.
yeah, she's watching as well. So again, thank you for being here. Continue to do what you do. Continue to be the chairman for Asia, because you've been you keeping the ball rolling. And I look forward to seeing what you guys got going on. But yeah, leave the people with where they can find you and what you guys got going on.
Yes. First of all, man, it's truly my pleasure to be here, man. Um, I love what you're doing here. And I'm so fortunate and lucky to be one of the people that you brought here because, I know what your mission is, to show, people that are leaving a blueprint for success, right? And that's definitely something that I want to do. And as much as I want to be selfish and to just promote my business, I'm not going to do that, right? But because I believe that when we provide value to people, they'll just find out about you anyway. Um, I would love to be able to help change people's perspective, to always believe in the best possible future, no matter what you're going through in life. Like, believe the better possibilities and believe in yourself, and make sure that your heart is towards good, because if there's something about you that's not good, it's always going to show up, and that will be your downfall. So my advice, and what I would love to leave with people, is to be a dreamer. Be the best dreamer that you can be, and believe in your dreams, and you'll surely achieve them, just like I did. That's it, man.
You heard it here first. We are live in the cut with the Azia family. Again, shout out to Amiel for being here. I appreciate you, A. And we'll be back here next week, Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as usual. And again, November 8th to the 10th next month, we'll be giving free haircuts. All you need is an appointment. Make sure you check out the website in the cut.live. All you need is an appointment, and we'll take care of you guys. So Appreciate y'all. Make sure you show some love in the chat for
Thank
Coach A.
you.
And
Yo,
I appreciate everybody for tapping in. Enjoy the rest of your night and peace.
love you guys.